Hey, what's going on, Facebook Live family? This is Brother Leon. Sorry, I'm running a little late today. I said I'll be on here at 10 o'clock, and it's a little bit after. So I just want to apologize. I want to talk tonight about this issue of boycotting the word network. I've been forwarding and sharing, different clips and everything from Larry Reed Live links and videos about boycotting the word network. And the reason why I'm coming to you live tonight is to tell you this, is that, society, corporate America, corporate structure, the media, the one thing that I see with us is that with our culture, with our black culture, our black preaching is a part of our black culture. And I understand that, we are born again, we are saved. And a lot of times we try to separate, our blackness from our faith, and we try to separate it and try to say it's not a part of us. It all belongs to us. It's always been a part of us. And so what I want to do tonight is that I want to explain to you on why we need to stand together. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, we don't stand together, we'll fall for anything. And we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to finance our own oppression? So my question is that, well, hold on. No, I'm not going to ask the question yet. Let me just give you a little bit of it. There's been a picture being passed around with the owner of the Word Network dressed as a pimp with all the black ministers standing around him. And that meme was sent to a prominent bishop, Bishop George Bloomer, who was working for the network. Bishop Bloomer with his platform, Bishop Bloomer with his large influence, with his large reach, he brought in a whole lot of money for the Word Network through their telethons and through their merchandising and so forth. And so the thing is that when it was shared to him, when this meme was shared to him, even though the guy that shared it said he did not originate it, he did not create it, even though he took it and he shared it with him, Bishop Bloomer basically said, hey, yo, this is not cool. This is the equivalent of blackface. And so he was like, nah, I don't want that. Don't share that with me. And so he got mad and sent him another picture, which the media isn't talking about, with a blackface scribbled out. After that, Bishop George Bloomer quit. He quit the Word Network and he went on Larry Reed Live, and he began to explain and he began to tell his side and version of the story. And so what happened was, as he began to share his story, this began to go out. It started first with the Larry Reed Live, and then other networks started picking it up. I think the National Association of Black Journalists began to pick it up. I seen it with Roland Martin, and also change.org. Oni Love, I believe, she picked it up as well. But what I want to say is that if they can do that to one of us, if they can do that to the best of us, my question is that are we willing to gather around and say, no, we're not going to take this? Because this is what happens with the Word Network. They take your money to give you to give you however much airtime you buy, whether that be 15 minutes, whether it be in half an hour, and you are broadcasted. And so the thing is that at the end of the day, you are paying a man, you're paying his corporate structure, you're paying his brand, you're paying to go on there so you can reach millions, but he does not respect what you stand for. He does not respect your skin. And like I said in a previous video, they will take your money, but they will not even address the issues that are in your community. And so what I want to ask you guys tonight, and what I want to ask black ministers and black preachers and pastors that are in Wilmington, are you willing to sign this petition? Are you willing to get behind this? I'm asking every black pastor. As a matter of fact, I'm asking every white pastor. Are you willing to get behind this? Because if we can begin, if we start financing our own oppression, what does that say about the church? If we finance our own oppression, if we finance a person And that not even talk about buying out the company, because I look at it like this. Why should I take my money? Why should I take my money? Why should I take black dollars from my black congregants and buy a man's company who does not even respect me? I'm not going to make you rich. If you have no respect for my money, why should I make you rich? And please explain to me why. Please explain to me, all you guys that don't want to get involved, because the crazy part about it is that the silence of the church is the thing. And the silence of certain ministers is the crazy part that gets me with this. It's not that many ministers that's going to talk about this, but I will say this, is that when they do not respect your skin, when they do not respect your culture, when they do not respect, you as a person, how is that God's best? Seriously, how is that God's best? How does that justify me taking my money and having my brand or having my ministry go through your brand so I can, get my market bigger? I can't justify that. And so what I'm proposing to do is that I want to spread this thing. I want to spread it, because I'm going to tell you this. You can try your hardest to separate. You can take your spirituality and try to separate it from your culture, try to separate it from your skin. But I'm going to tell you this, as long as they do not see the humanity in you, they will never respect you. They'll take your money all day long, but they will never respect you as a person. They won't even respect you as a ministry. And so my question to all of you guys is that if they don't respect the pastor, how are they going to respect the sheep? And how are they going to have integrity with the sheep? And my question again is this. If you know this, why do you still remain silent? Why do you still remain silent? Seriously, why are you still remaining silent? Because I will tell you this, you have black congregations being led by white ministers, and the white ministers do not even stand for what the black community stands for or what's even affecting the black community. And you have people who are making money off of us. They make money off of our hair. They make money off of our dance moves. They make money off of everything that is us, everything that is our culture. But at the same time, they make money and use their white privilege to keep us out of certain arenas. Seriously, to keep us out of certain arenas. And it's not, the church is not exempt. The church is not exempt. And so if you look at the history, go and look at the history, go and look at the Larry Reed live videos, go and delve into the information so you can see what I'm talking about. Because what I'm talking about is not a lie. And I'm not trying to say, I am trying to cause division. I will say that. I'm trying to cause division because there needs to be those who are going to stand on the side of righteousness, who are going to stand on the side of justice. You can't sit up here and say, I'm a faith man, I'm this, I'm that, and you're not even willing to stand when it comes to issues like this, or you still remain silent. How can you say that you Christ? Seriously, how can you say that you Christ to me? Seriously, because at the end of the day, I'm like, we supposed to stand with our brothers. And if you can allow one of your brothers to be disrespected, and he's not the only one that has happened to, that has happened to many ministers on that network, Jesse Jackson, Archbishop Bernard Jordan, happened to a lot of them. There are other ministries who are boycotting the word network, which is being called the Plantation Network. And there are many people, I'm going to tell you right this, they are fighting to keep that house from being burnt down. And the adage is like, it just goes back to, we sick, boss? We sick? Boss, let me try to save the house. Let me try to save the church. Let me try to save the network. Because, the crazy part about it is that, they will promise you the world as long as you get out here and you fight the people who are against that oppression. And what is happening is you have ministers who want 5 minutes worth of fame, ministers who are trying to get out here just starting, so they throw you a bone and you think it's a feast. That's the crazy part about it, is that they've always been throwing us bones. Throw us a bone. Yo, President 45, pro-black president, best ever. Throw you a bone. Get people out of jail, throw you a bone. And we think it's a feast. And the crazy part about it, man, we fall for it every time, and we fight each other. We fight the gay community while they put laws in place, while they put judges in place. And the crazy part about all of this is that we do it in the name of God. We do it in the name of faith. I am so sick and tired of people saying, yo, this is not a faith. Yes, this is a faith issue. Yes, this is a faith issue, because here's the thing. You say you want God's best. You say that we supposed to prosper and take all the land. Then, yo, don't allow yourself to align with people that are not going to align with you and respect you or respect your money. Seriously. Seriously. I look at it like this. Would you shop in a place that treated you any old kind of way? Customer service sucked. And on top of that, they made you feel like, you better be glad that you're shopping here instead of the other way around. No, you wouldn't go there. Seriously. Because they make you feel like that, I'm doing you a favor by taking your money. And that's what's happening with the word network. They're making you feel like, hey, you better be glad that you're giving me $500, $600 to get out here, but yet I'm going to still call one of y'all in not so many terms nigger. Straight up. But I will say this. We have got to get to the place where we stand with each other. We have got to get to the place where we stand against oppression, where we boycott and not allow ourselves to be brought to a table, to Jezebel's table, and sit down and sell out. Because that's what they want. They want the false prophets. They want the ones who are not going to address the issues. We're going to heal the daughters of Zion slightly. We're going to give them a little bit, but we ain't going to heal the whole thing. We keep them coming back. We'll send them Bibles. We'll send them all kinds of oil. We'll send them all kinds of gimmicks and stuff like that. But we're not going to heal the issue. Matter of fact, we're going to make them think and cover it up under a rug. We'll give a little hush money here and see if this person can make it all right because he's a leading voice in the black community. So they'll pay him all kinds of crazy money to shut us up. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm one prophet, I'm one minister, I'm one whatever you want to call me. I'm that one. I'm not going to get bought. And if anything, I'm going to lay the groundwork. If anything, I'm going to be the one that is going to do the defense, because there are other brothers out here, pastors, there are other prophets out here who are going to take it further than I can. They're going to take it further with their platform. They're going to take it further with their revelation. So my prayer tonight is that the Lord would begin to elevate these men, that the Lord will begin to open up doors, and that there will be an exposure, because there needs to be an exposure on who is on the Lord's side. If you're going to stand on the side of righteousness, stand on the side of righteousness. If you're going to be the one who's going to sit at Jezebel's table, sit at Jezebel's table. But I'm going to be the one that's going to be on the Lord's side. And if it means I'll be the one who's not going to bow my knee to Baal, and I'll be the one that's going to stand in the cave, and so be it. But I'm not going to be the one, not in this stage of life, not in this stage of ministry, even later on down the road. You're not just going to be able to treat my brothers any old kind of way and treat my community any old kind of way and I not say anything about it, because it hurts my soul. It hurts my soul and it hurts my heart when I see so many ministers, man. They have so much revelation, but will not even address the issues of white supremacy. They will not address the issues of white privilege. They will not even address the issues of black privilege and how black privilege can be used as a weapon, and also white privilege to feed the black privilege to keep people in the community underprivileged, when you have the ability and you have the strength and you have the wisdom to take your black privilege and bring people in that normally wouldn't be brought in, to bring us above the scratch line, I'm like, yo, man, look, if God has blessed me, then I'm going to do my best to keep that door open so other people who do not have the opportunity to get in. That's what it's about. But when we take it and we say, nah, we get frustrated with our community, and then we allow the myths to come in. The crazy part about it is that, they tell us, hey, black pastor, tell your community they need to work on black crime. And the crazy part about black on black crime is that it is a myth. Crime is about proximity. If you have a large proximity of people of the same demographic, you're going to have crime. So you never hear white on white crime. You never hear Latino on Latino crime, but you always hear about, when it comes to us, Black on black crime. So they send pastors. Pastors talk about the black on black crime. Pastors talk about, the fatherless in the community. And the crazy part about it is that we have fathers in the community, and the fathers in the community are being sent to jail. Or even if they do get out of jail, they can't even get a job to support their families because of some of the systems and some of the things that are in place. And so we have to begin to empower our men, our black men. We have to begin to empower them, when they get out of jail, or even try to empower them so they won't go to jail and be a part of the system. Because here's the thing, you can be a slave in your mind and be a slave to a system. But I'm here to say that God can break you free. But it starts in your mind. It starts in your mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. And so what I want to say this is that, if I have the mind of Christ, man, look, he turned over the tables. We got to begin to turn over this money changer's table. We got to begin to bust him out of the temple, because that's what he is doing. He has made his platform off of black people, and now he is disrespecting black people. So I am here to tell you tonight is that, get behind this petition. Get behind Bishop George Bloomer. Get behind the other ministers and other men of God like Larry Reed, like Archbishop Bernard Jordan, who is going to, come out with a book. I love what he has been saying in his interviews. Get behind Al Sharpton. He is a part of this as well. Get behind those who are not going to allow something like this to just blow over. And so what I'm asking you, and I am imploring you tonight, man, we better wake up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if we continue to allow this and stay silent, then our community will not be in our church. And that's the sad part about it. And we wonder why the black community thinks that the church makes us weak. It's because of issues just like this. It's because of issues just like this. Seriously, that, we can be so docile and just take it. And I am sick and tired of us, not only as black people, but Christian people just taking it. We turn the right cheek, we give them the left cheek, and now they want the cheek that's under our waist. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not that saved. I'm not that saved. You ain't going to take a piece of my ass. Please. No. Not this black man. No. I'm serious. I've been saved for a while, but my salvation ain't 100 yet. I'm serious. My salvation ain't 100 yet. So, I might turn one cheek, and God might have to give me grace to turn and give you the other cheek. But when you try to take a piece out of me, sorry. I will lay hands on you and pray for you afterwards. That's the God knows truth. I will do just that, because I'm not just going to allow you to just, disrespect me or disrespect my family or disrespect my brothers or sisters and then try to say, hey, just take it. We've been taking it. We've been taking it as black people since forever. And we've been the most gracious and most forgiving people. But yet that same grace and that same forgiveness has not been, really given to us. And so I will tell you this, man, they can take our music, and they have. They can take, everything that's good about our culture and hate on us and disrespect us. And they do the same thing with the Latino culture. Man, it amazes me how we can talk about Mexicans, telling them, illegals, y'all need to get out the country. But yet, y'all, people celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Still running over to Taco Bell, still, running over and getting, Latin food, Hispanic food, but yet you want to say, get out our country. But yet you go to their restaurants and you enjoy their holidays. You enjoy, the imported beers and stuff from them as well. And so I'm here to say, man, look, we got to wake up, because they want our culture, but they don't want the burden. They don't want the burden that comes with it. They don't even want the skin that comes with it. Because I tell you this, the one thing about us, about our black community, is that, we can't hide behind nothing else. Our skin, identifies us as who we are, plain and simple. But other people, other races, they can say, hey, I'm this, I'm that. You can hide behind your profession. I'm a cop. Blue lives matter. I'm like, yo, dude, you could take that uniform off at night. You ain't a cop 24/7. You might think you are, but at the end of the day, you could take that off. You can't take off being black. But you can say I'm Irish. You can say I'm Italian. And the crazy part about it, and I will say this, is that you get into certain arenas and it's like you carry the burden of your whole race. No other race has that. No other race has that. You carry the weight of your family, but when it comes to us, sometimes, man, we carry the weight of the whole race, and it's not fair. And that's what I mean when I say the burden. That's what I mean when I say, things have to change. So, my thing tonight, not going to be long, and as a matter of fact, I'm done right now. We need to get behind this petition, because if we don't stop this thing here, and if we don't stop it now, then other people are going to believe that they can do it to us as well. And just like they did it back with the Montgomery bus boycott, we have to do this here. But we also have to get rid of those plantation preachers. We have to get rid of those people who just, yeah, I'm here, but I'm still going to get on there, da-da-da-da-da. I look at it, I understand. You want the ministry to grow, but do you want it to grow this way? Are you willing to compromise? Are you willing to compromise your standard? Are you willing to compromise your belief? Are you willing to compromise the people? Because if you're willing to compromise, so be it. So be it. If you're willing to compromise, and you'll sell us out, you'll stab us up, and you finance your own oppression. And one thing I will say, man, truth will fall in the street if you still remain silent. And you can say all day long that, God has called me to something else. But I'm here to tell you this. The same people that disrespect us as clergy, what you think they think about our congregants and our sheep? If they can disrespect the pastor like that, what you think they're going to how you think they're going to disrespect the congregation? They're going to be like, man, please, I ain't got to respect that nigga. He don't even respect himself. He going to give me his money. He's going to give me his money so I can put him on the air and I can say whatever I want to say, do whatever I want to do, and not even honor his contract. Or better yet, they're going to try to boycott me, so I'm going to give all these other guys free airtime to keep it up. And we're going to see how many of them sell out. And then I can say, hey, look, I must be right because look at all the people following me. Look at all the people following me. I'm going to tell you right now, don't none of y'all Negroes drink that Kool-Aid. Seriously, because if you up here going to drink that Kool-Aid, you're going to find your reputation dead. Seriously. And the one thing that we need as ministers, with all the stuff that's going on out here, we have to have integrity. We have to make sure that our name is up. We have to make sure that our reputation is good. We have to make sure that our reputation is good within the community. But we also have to make sure that we have character, ethics, and integrity amongst ourselves and not allow ourselves to be sold out. Seriously, you can't allow yourself to be sold out as a man of God. Because if you start selling out now, and if you're willing to stay silent now, all that says is that you can be brought. You can be bought, and here it is. Your revelation will go to the highest bidder. Whose prophecy can I buy? Whose prophetic voice can I buy? Whose prophetic voice can I get to align with me for my cause? And that's all it takes. And all they have to do is say, hey, and they know ministry language. We can take and air your ministry because I see that you have a call of God upon your life. And I also know that, God has called me to finance ministry and God has called me to uplift the men and women of God. And they give you that language and you fall for it. You fall for it. You fall for it. And at the end of the day, all they're saying, man, I got all these niggas money. And the crazy part is they can say, yo, I don't give a F about them. I got all them niggas money and I'm going to do whatever I want to do, say what I want to say, live however I want to live. Because number one, I don't care. I don't care about them. All I care about is what they give me, what they can do for me. You know what I mean? And so you up here, you slaving out here for the slave master. When God is giving you the ability that you can build your own. You up here, you slaving for these other men. And they having you jump through all kinds of hoops while they take and disrespect you. Seriously. And at the end of the day, it has to be more than just a conference. It has to be more than just a seminar. It has to be more than just a marathon. Because when it comes down to it, the people that are in our church are our community. And if you can allow that, community to be vexed, if you can allow that community to be disrespected, then why are you a shepherd? Why are you a pastor? If you can finance your own oppression and finance the oppression of other people and our race, why are you a pastor? And so I'm going to end my rant tonight. I question you. I question your ethics. Seriously. And you can say, hey, well, who are you? I'm a minister just like everybody else. But I made up my mind that I was going to stand with our community. I made up my mind that I was going to be a prophetic voice to the black community, that I was going to walk in deliverance, that I was going to minister deliverance, that I was going to minister healing to our people and teach our people understanding and wisdom about the God that is on the inside of them and how to be free. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But I'm not going to allow a system, I'm not going to allow people to come in the name of God and in the name of whatever God they serve to take and disrespect our skin, because you can't separate my body from my faith. I'm serious. The body that I have, the skin that I have brings me to divine appointments. And the one thing I will say this, as long as I have this body and as long as I have this skin and it is taking me to divine appointments, then I will say this. I will say this. Hold up. I will say this. It is not God's best for somebody to take and disrespect my vehicle. Seriously. It is not okay for you to take and disrespect the vehicle that brings me to the divine appointment. And I have to question whether, your motive when the only thing you see is my vehicle. And so here it is. If you can disrespect that, and you can disrespect brothers who are helping your company, who are bringing in listeners, who are bringing in pledges, and you disrespect that man, then there's something wrong with you. And you could try to say, oh, he wanted a bigger deal. Doesn't matter. You still disrespected that man. You have the nerve to say that we are a leading voice in the black community because we offer religious black programming. And the crazy part about it is that the one thing that is a part of our culture, black culture, is black preaching. And if you could take and disrespect a black preacher, you don't respect our culture and you don't respect the black preacher. So I'm going to leave it on this note. How many preachers are willing to finance their own oppression? How many preachers are willing to sit at Jezebel's table? How many preachers are willing to say it's just victimization? Seriously, victimization, okay. Victimization, but I'm working for you. Victimization, but yet you still disrespect me. Victimization, but yet, I quit and now all of a sudden now I'm being vilified and I'm saying I'm leaning on victimization because I say I don't want that no more. And I'm telling other people, yo, you need to get out because this is what they do. Victimization, really? Man, look, I look at it like this. It's a sad shame when we vilify the victim and we don't even say nothing to the oppressor. Matter of fact, we try to hide him. Matter of fact, we try to cover them. And I believe in forgiveness. I believe in grace. I believe in mercy. But there comes a time where you have to make up in your mind that I'm not going to allow, with me having all those things, to disrespect. I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. I'm serious. I'll roll out first. Seriously. And I can forgive you and all like that. But I'm not going to sit here and just take it. We've been taking it for too long. And I am here to say, and this is my last word, get behind the prophets. Get behind the prophets who are going to come against this system. Get behind the apostles and the bishops who are going to come against this system. Pray for them. Help and finance their work. sign the petitions, come to the meetings, come to the gatherings, buy the literature and the material, because this is what is needed so that we can make an impact and let people know that we are not, number one, we are not afraid, and number two, we are not ashamed. And this is how we need to be. Seriously, I look at it like this, man. Dr. Martin Luther King didn't have a dream. He had a vision. He had a vision of us being free. And he also had a vision of us, coming to a place where we will take what he did and be better with it. We can't take and allow what he did with those boycotts and with those marches that we can't even do the same or even better. We should be able to do it better, because every father wants his sons and wants his daughters to do better and go farther than they ever have. So I feel like with this, we can do this, but we have to want it. And so on that note, I'm done. I want to say, be blessed. I want to say thank you for hearing me on this. Look at my other video, Why We Can't Remain Silent. Look at that. And also look at the video that I did called They Kill Us Twice. And then you can get my heart on why we need to stand up and why we need to stand as a community. And also, I want to say, hey, look at Larry Reed Live. Larry Reed Live, his videos on YouTube and on Facebook. Look at those videos from September 23rd all the way up until October 10th. Look at those videos and you will understand and you will see just what I'm saying. Look at Roland Martin. Look at his video. You can understand and see what I'm saying. Because this man has said that he is not going to apologize. He doesn't need diversity training, even though this was sent out and sent to one of his prominent hard-working ministers. Seriously, hard-working ministers that brought in a whole lot of money. He feels as though he doesn't have to apologize, nor does he feel like that he doesn't need any type of diversity training. So, hey, there it is right there. Let me ask you this. Do you think that's God's best? You think the Word Network is God's best? Do you think what this man has done and continues to do right now, not even willing to apologize, you think that's God's best? If you think that's God's best, you're part of the problem. And you are willingly allowing righteousness and truth to fall in the street. And I'm done.